Rabbil Alameen. We are here at the Know Thyself Bookstore, 5 East 2nd Street, Mount Vernon, New York. Come check us out for all of your oils, incense, shea butters, black seed, turmeric, moringa, full body detoxes, and much, much more. We're here Monday through Saturday and also open sometimes on Sundays. But 5 East 2nd Street, Mount Vernon, New York, Know Thyself, Love Thyself Bookstore. We're having the circle here on Friday nights, and this is the Friday before the holy month of Ramadan. So we wanted to say a few things about the month of Ramadan. Have you heard of the month of Ramadan before?
I have. I don't know too much about it, though.
Have you heard of Ramadan? What you know about Ramadan?
I know it's a time of fasting.
Yeah.
A time of fasting? Like driving fast on the highway, or?
Giving up food.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh
All right,
Hashem.
blessing.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow, inshallah.
Bring the ultimate bright of light tonight.
I mean,
I don't know, in this place tonight.
we will do the la ilaha illallah and some zikr and chanting.
It's not always the length of time, it's the quality of time that brings the brightness.
Because Allah is beyond time and space.
Yes, I mean.
That's Brother Hashim. He's one of the owners of the store here. Fafa, Nagadef.
Unfit?
Guess now that you with me there. Yo, I'm the A to the
We're
before
going to
that.
praise right here, Ramadan in the night.
Why
We got the
not?
room right here.
Yeah.
Hey, brother.
Keep the blessings
Join
right
us,
here.
brother.
All right.
Yeah, keep it going, brother.
All right. Thank you.
All right, sister. Peace. Dad, take
So,
care. Peace.
Ramadan is a very, very auspicious time for all Muslims worldwide, because Ramadan is a month of blessings. That's why we always say Ramadan Mubarak, which means Ramadan is full of barakah, which means full of blessings. Ramadan Kareem, the month of Ramadan, is very generous, but people should know the history of this month of Ramadan and where did it come from. Why is it in Ramadan? So, in English, we have 12 months. January, February, March, April, May, June. The 12 months we know in English. On the Islamic calendar, there's also 12 months, and these 12 months are based on the moon, and Ramadan is the name of the 9th month on the Islamic calendar. So Ramadan is the name of a month. It's a month from a new moon to a new moon. And it's the 9th month on the Islamic calendar. Everybody heard of Hajj. Hajj is also the name of a month. Hajj is the 12th month on the Islamic calendar. Ramadan is the 9th month. That was the name of that month according to Islamic calendar. Something very special happened during the month of Ramadan. The Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad used to fast every year during the month of Ramadan. Prophet Muhammad lived in Mecca. He was doing business and trading. He was a businessman doing business. Before he knew he was a prophet, he was doing business and trading. But he was still an ascetic. So every year, when he got close to 40 years old, he would leave Mecca for 1 month and go up into a mountain and pray for 28 to 30 days. It just so happened that he would do that during the 9th month, which was during Ramadan. Every year he would say, I'm done. I can't be around y'all. I'm not doing no business for 30 days. I'm going to go up and meditate and pray in the cave. Just like they say Jesus spent 40 days in the desert. So Prophet Muhammad would do this every year during the month that's coming, Ramadan, which will be starting probably Monday or Tuesday based on the new moon. He would leave Mecca and go up into a place called the Mountain of Light. And those pictures right there, Hashem went to the Mountain of Light. Those two pictures are from the Mountain of Light in Mecca. And that's where that's crazy. He got pictures of it in here. See, that's a cave right there. I think I would want the people in the video to see that. Maybe it might help. Let me see. Yeah. If you can see that, that's the mountain in Mecca. Let me see the other one. The brother that owns the store, he went there. If you see it, that's where the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, used to go. And he said that you got to climb up the mountain. He said it takes about 30 minutes on foot to get up there. He said it's not easy, but Muhammad will go up there by himself. I'm thinking, what kind of food would he take? You go in a cave by yourself? They ain't had no microwaves and no stoves, no refrigerators. So what was Muhammad eating? I don't know. This is a question I just had. What? Because I don't think he was going up and down that mountain. He would go up there and stay for about 30 days. So, as usual, when he was 40 years old, he said, I'm leaving the city. He went up to the mountain to pray for that month and fast. While he was in the cave by himself, the angel Jibril came in the cave and grabbed him and said, read. And Prophet Muhammad said, I can't read. He was known to be unlettered. He didn't read. He didn't read or write. He was an unlettered prophet. The angel Jibril squeezed him again and said, Iqra, which means read. Prophet Muhammad said, I can't read. They said the third time the angel squeezed him real hard and said, read. And Muhammad was like, what should I read, man? Come on, stop squeezing me. You're squeezing the ish out of me. The angel told him the first verses of the Quran. Iqra, Bismi Rabbika alladhi khalaq, which means read in the name of your Lord who created. So this night that the angel came to him happened during the month of Ramadan. And it happened during the last 10 days of Ramadan. And that night is called the night of power. Because this is when Prophet Muhammad found out that he was a prophet. He didn't know he was a prophet. He just was very pious and very righteous. He knew he didn't want to be around people for a whole month. He would go up in that cave. That time, he had a mystical experience. The angel Jibril came and talked to him in the cave and gave him the first verses of the Holy Quran. It was during the month of Ramadan. So, when he came out of the cave, Prophet Muhammad said he looked in the sky. He said he saw the angel was covering the whole sky. And then he said, I'm going crazy. Something wrong. Ain't no way. This thing that was in the dang on cave with me was outside the cave covering the whole sky. Now it's a huge angel. He's like so he ran down the mountain and went home to his wife Khadijah and said, Khadijah, I think I'm going crazy. I'm hearing these voices. I'm seeing these beings. There's something in the cave squeezing me. I don't see. He said, I think I'm going crazy. Khadijah was the first one to tell Muhammad. His wife said, no, you're not going crazy. You're a very pious man. You have the qualities of a saint. You're not going crazy. Khadijah said, I have an uncle who lives in the desert in a cave. Khadijah had Prophet Muhammad's, peep game, this is crazy. Prophet Muhammad's wife, Khadijah, had an uncle who was a Christian mystic who lived in a cave outside of Mecca. So when Muhammad came home saying, I had this experience in the cave, I don't know what's happening, I think I'm going crazy, Khadijah said, no, we're going to go talk to my uncle. My uncle is a mystic who lives in the cave outside of Mecca. We're going to go talk to him. Maybe he can explain to you what happened. So sure enough, they went out, find her uncle in the cave. He asked him what happened. Muhammad told the story of what happened. The uncle said, what? he went in the Old Testament. The uncle was a scholar of Old Testament. He looked in the Old Testament and said, Muhammad, oh my God, you are the prophet that is told to come in the future in this time period. It talks about Prophet Muhammad in the Old Testament. The uncle said that the being you saw was the angel Jibril. And he said the angel Jibril came to Jesus, to David, Solomon. The angel Jibril always came to the prophets in the past and brought them the holy books. Now you're saying this being came and was teaching you from a book. This is the same angel that came to all the prophets. You are the prophet that's supposed to come, that's mentioned in the Old Testament. Because in the Old Testament, Allah says, I will raise a prophet likened unto Moses. And in the Old Testament, God said, the part that got the, Allah says in the Old Testament, there will come a prophet who will speak words that we put into his mouth, who will not speak words from his own self. So when the angel Jibril was telling Muhammad what to read, the angel was giving him the holy book. And that's how the uncle knew the book is, what you're reciting is not from you. That came from Allah through the angel who you met in the cave. So then Muhammad was like, what? And then the uncle said, if I was a young man, I would follow you. So that night that the angel came is called the night of power. So when the Prophet Muhammad started teaching Islam, you know we have 5 pillars. The first pillar is to take the Shahada, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. In Islam we have 5 pillars and 5 beliefs. The first one is the Shahada, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu Muhammad Rasulullah. It's to testify there's only one God and Muhammad is the prophet of God. That's the first pillar. The second pillar is the 5 prayers to make salat 5 times a day. The third pillar is the Ramadan, to fast. The fourth pillar is the zakat, to give in charity. And the 5th pillar is the Hajj, to make a trip to Mecca once in your life if you can. So in Islam, Prophet Muhammad told everybody, in commemoration of my fasting every year and the angel coming to me during this month of Ramadan, we want everybody, all Muslims worldwide, to fast during this month of Ramadan to remember and commemorate Prophet Muhammad's fasting and the angel coming. And Prophet Muhammad said that during the month of Ramadan, Muhammad said there's something called, in the Holy Quran, Allah revealed a chapter called the Night of Power. And Allah said this night of power is worth worshiping God for 80 years. And that night of power is the night during the month of Ramadan, during the last 10 days, that the angel Jibril came and greeted Prophet Muhammad and gave him the first verses of the Quran. So when we start fasting on Monday or Tuesday, that'll be the beginning of the month of Ramadan. And the fast is usually between 28 to 30 days based on the moon cycles. It's not like the Gregorian calendar where February has 28 days, 30 days, 31 days. The Islamic calendar is based on one moon to a new moon. And it's generally 28 to 30 days between one new moon to a new moon. So we'll start the fast inshallah Monday to commemorate the Prophet Muhammad's fasting during Ramadan. And during the last 10 nights, people will be trying to find that night of power, because on that night, Allah answers the prayers. And if you pray on that night of power, one night of praying will be blessed as if you prayed for 80 years. Imagine that. You could just do Zikr on the night of power, and Allah will bless you like you did Zikr for 80 years. This only happens once a year during Ramadan. Does anybody have any questions about what we said so far?
What's Zikr?
Zikr is to repeat the names of Allah, like La ilaha illallah, La ilaha illallah. Zikr means to remember, and when you repeat the names of Allah, that is Zikr. Like we chant La ilaha illallah, that's a form of Zikr. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim is a Zikr. Astaghfirullah is Zikr. Allahumma sallallahu Sayyidina Muhammad. These are called Zikr beads. Allah says in the Quran, Zikr Allahu Akbar. To remember Allah is the greatest. To think about God is the greatest thing. The whole matrix in society is designed to take your mind off of God. Islam is designed to put your focus back on God. So that's a very good question. What is Zikr? Zikr is quicker than liquor. That's what I tell people. Zikr is quicker than liquor. People want to be intoxicated. Zikr is intoxicating. That's a good question. And it's good to practice Zikr every day because Zikr can clean the mind, the heart, and the soul. Just by using La ilaha illallah, you can clean the mind. When you clean the mind, then you have to use La ilaha illallah to clean the heart. Once you clean the heart, then you can clean the soul. But it goes in stages. To reach Allah, there's three things you have to purify. Purify the mind, purify the heart, and purify the soul. And all of that can be done through Zikr. And even with La ilaha illallah, you can purify all three. That's a good question. Any other question? Now, during Ramadan, since there's an average of 30 days for the fast, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, he taught that Ramadan is broken up into 3 groups of 10. Meaning, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said the first 10 days of Ramadan are for forgiveness. So we always recommend disciples and Muslims during the first 10 days of Ramadan to increase the recital of Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah means we seek the forgiveness of Allah. Since the first 10 days are for forgiveness, we ask all of our students during the first 10 days to recite Astaghfirullah, 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 Astaghfirullah 313 times, 484 times, 555, 786, 1,111, or even just 111. Whatever number you choose, try to be consistent with it. The first 10 days will all be reciting Astaghfirullah because the first 10 days is for what? Forgiveness. Astaghfirullah means I seek the forgiveness of Allah. The second 10 days of Ramadan, Prophet Muhammad said, is for mercy. Allah has a name Rahman, which means the merciful. And Rahim is the compassionate. So the second 10 days, we ask everyone to recite Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. A better zikr is Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. So this year we're going to add Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Last year, everyone did Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim during the second 10 days. But I just remembered that our beloved Sheikh Ahmed Bamba, Sheikh Ahmed Bamba said that Allah has 3,000 names. The Sheikh said Allah has 3,000 names. And he said all of the qualities of the 3,000 names can be found in the name Allah, Rahman, and Rahim. So when you call the name Allah, it's like calling 1,000 names. When you call the name Rahman, it's like calling 1,000 names. And when you call the name Rahim, it's like calling 1,000 names. So Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim is what we will upgrade for the second 10 days because now you're calling on 3,000 names of God. Instead of Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, it's 2,000. Then Prophet Muhammad said the last 10 days are for freedom from the hellfire. And we know the Prophet Muhammad says, La ilaha illallah cannot go into the hellfire. He said anyone who recites La ilaha illallah one time with sincerity is guaranteed to go to heaven. So La ilaha illallah is the key that locks the gates of hell and opens the gates of heaven. So during the last 10 days, we will all increase the recitation of La ilaha illallah. So let me go over the zikr again. The first 10 days, we'll be reciting Astaghfirullah. The second 10 days, Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. And then the third 10 days will be La ilaha illallah. Also, if you're on the Sufi path, you want to increase your prayers upon the Prophet Muhammad during the whole month of Ramadan, because this is something that he celebrated. So the prayers upon Muhammad can be Sallallahu Ala Muhammad, O Allah, please bless Muhammad, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad wa sallim, O Allah, please bless Muhammad and give him peace. Or our favorite prayer, Salatul Fatih, Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad, Al-Fatihi lima uglika wa khatimi lima sabaka, Nasir al-Haqi bil-Haq wal-Hadi la siratika mustaqim, wa ala alihi haqqa qadrihi wa miqdar al-azim. These are the prayers for the month of Ramadan that we're asking. Now, also, since the Holy Quran was revealed during the month of Ramadan, it's very good to recite verses of the Quran every day during Ramadan. As a matter of fact, all Muslims are supposed to read one juz of the Quran every day. The Holy Quran is broken up into 30 sections. Each section is called a juz. So Muslims around the world, since the Holy Quran was the first verses of the Holy Quran was revealed during Ramadan, Muslims all over the world will be reading the entire Quran during Ramadan because it's 30 sections. So the first day of Ramadan, you just got to read the first section, which would be equivalent of about 40 pages a day. You finish the whole Quran every Ramadan. And this is a practice that Muslims do every day. They read those 30 juices. If you look in the Quran, it'll have markings that say first juice, second juice, third juice, things like that. So you read one juice a day, you can finish the whole Quran every Ramadan. Also, to add to the Zikr, you want to use the first surah in the Quran, Al-Fatiha, for your Zikr, and you want to use Surah 112, Surah Ikhlas, Kul Hu Allahu Ahad, Allahu Samad, Lam Yalid wa Lam Yulad wa Lam Yakul Lahu Kufuwan Ahad for your Zikr. It's recommended if you could do 66 Surah Al-Fatiha every morning, and then at night you want to try to do 100 or 200 Kul Hu Allahu Ahad, Allahu Samad, Lam Yalid wa Lam Yulad wa Lam Yakul Lahu Kufuwan Ahad every night during Ramadan. 66 Al-Fatiha in the morning, which is the first chapter of the Quran, and at night at least 100 Kul Hu Allahu Ahad or 200 Kul Hu Allahu Ahad, because again, our Sheikh Ahmed Obama said, anyone who says the chapter Kul Hu Allahu Ahad, Allahu Samad, Lam Yalid wa Lam Yulad wa Lam Yakul Lahu Kufuwan Ahad 200 times, you'll be as pure as the angels. And I think that's enough to speak on Ramadan. Now, also, Ramadan, I made a mistake. One year I was teaching the Sufis in Philadelphia. We had a new Muslim brother who started the Ramadan with us. But I made the mistake of not explaining to him how to do the fast. I told the brother, we're going to start the fast probably on next week. Start the fasting, and I'll see you when you come back Friday for the circle. So he started fasting, I think it was on a Wednesday. When he came to the circle on Friday, he said, Sheikh, he said, I don't think I'm going to make this Ramadan. I said, what? He said, I'm hungry as shit. I said, what? He said, I ain't eaten nothing since Wednesday. I don't think I can make it the rest of the month. I said, oh, you're supposed to eat when the sun go down. He said, what? I thought you said to fast for 30. I said, no. We not fanatics. So let me make that plain. The brother didn't eat nothing for Wednesday to eat. I was like, you are seriously dedicated. So for Ramadan, that was Brother Issa. I don't think he'll mind me telling his name. Brother Issa is right now in Senegal with the Bifal. But Ramadan, wake up and eat breakfast before sunrise. You can eat before sunrise and you eat after sunset. You just don't eat or drink during the daytime. Now, my first Ramadan, something very funny happened. I went around the Muslims and I had a bottle of water and I was drinking the water during the day. It said, Astaghfirullah, what you doing with that water? I said, I'm not eating, I'm just drinking water. They said, brother, you're not supposed to eat or drink during the day. I said, y'all didn't tell me that. I just wasn't eating. I've been drinking this water. They said, brother, you can't be drinking no water. The Muslims was laughing at me. I ain't know. That's why we have to explain. No food and no drinking during the daylight hours, but food and drink before sunrise and after sunset. Now we've tried to make it clear. This is the basics of Ramadan. Uh, any questions or comments? We have a brother visiting from Boston, a sister visiting from Philadelphia, and a brother all the way here from the Virgin Islands. And we got the sharpest dressed man in all of Mount Vernon, Mr. Nance. I want to open the floor for any questions about spirituality, Islam, Sufism, knowledge of self. Any questions you have, the floor.
Let's just be clear. What's the night of power?
Very good question. The night of power is the first night that the angel Jibril came in the cave to Prophet Muhammad, and it's when the first verses of Quran were revealed to Prophet Muhammad, and the night of power is found in the last 10 days of Ramadan.
Okay.
So you want to look for the night of power in the last 10 days. A lot of Muslims go to a mosque and sleep in the mosque for the last 10 days so they know they'll be praying on that night of power. But thank Allah for the sheikhs. I'm not going to say on the, I'm going to say it. Sheikh Ahmed Bamba gave us a formula for how to find the night of power. The Prophet Muhammad gave hints as to how to find it. The Prophet Muhammad said the night of power is in the last 10 days, last 10 nights, and he said it's on an odd night. Sheikh Ahmed Bamba clarified this and said the night of power will always be on a Thursday night going into Friday. Everyone knows that Friday is the holiest day in Islam. So Friday night would have to be the holiest night. And so the holiest night in the holiest month would have to be on a Friday night, which in Islam would be Thursday, because according to Islam, the night comes before the day. Out of the darkness comes the night. Just like the Jewish people who start their Sabbath day on Saturday, they actually start on sunset at Friday, because the night is before the day. Out of the darkness came the light. So for us, it looks like tonight is Friday night, but according to Islamic calendars, tonight is Saturday night, because the sun went down on Friday. Now it's Saturday night. The sun come up tomorrow. That's Saturday. These Europeans don't know nothing. They don't even know how to tell you what day it is. But I shouldn't say that on camera. But they don't. They don't even know the night coming before a day. So the Jewish people, they know. They tell you that tonight is the Sabbath, because it's their night before when they have the Sabbath on Saturday. Sun come up tomorrow, that's Saturday. After Saturday, it can't be when the sun go down, that's Sunday night tomorrow. Then the sun will come up on Sunday. When the sun go down, that's Monday night. So tonight is actually Saturday night. If you can't tell me what day of the week it is, you really can't tell me too much. Oh my God, let me stop. Any other questions? That's a good question. The night. Who could tell me, how do we find the night of power? Anybody remember? What is the night of power?
The night of power is the night that Muhammad prayed, and
Angel Gabriel came.
And Angel Gabriel, what did he ask Muhammad to do?
To read, and he gave the first lessons of the Quran, or the first chapters.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was on the night of power. If you pray on that night, how many years is it worth?
80.
80? Can you imagine? That's why Muslims like, I've been clowning all year, been going to the nightclubs, I've been, doing whatever I could do.
But they take that Ramadan serious.
When Ramadan comes, brothers is like, I ain't drinking, I ain't smoking no weed, I'm going to fast and pray, and I'm going to find that night of power, and I'm going to be up all night reading Quran and praying, because I know after Ramadan, I'm going to be back at the club, shake what your mama gave you, and stop for a lot. But when Muslims, during Ramadan, Muslims might not pray 5 times a day. But when Ramadan coming, they fasting. Everybody fasting. Because the word fast, if I'm driving my car slow, I get there slower. If I go fast, I'm going to get there faster. So just by the word fast, you're getting to a lot faster. And fasting is something you find in every religion. Even the Christians have Lent, where they fast and give up something. The Jewish people have their fasts. Sometimes the Hindus, sadhus, they'll go on a fast. They won't eat for 6 months. They do some crazy stuff in Hinduism. A Hindu in the mountains, man, he be all skinny. Bones be coming out. I want to give him a sandwich, and I know he's a vegetarian. You see some of them Hindus online, you're like, dude ain't ate in months.
Question.
I love questions.
So the first 10 days is A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaitani Rajim, forgiveness.
Yeah, but what's the zikr for forgiveness?
Oh,
Astaghfirullah.
Astaghfirullah. First 10 days.
And then the next 10 days is mercy, Ar-Rahman, Ya Allahu, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim.
Yes.
And then what's the last 10 days again?
Freedom from the hellfire.
And what's the zikr?
What zikr cannot go into hell?
La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah. And increase the prayers on the Prophet Muhammad because it's Ramadan and we're celebrating something that he did. Reading Al-Fatiha 66 times in the morning. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. Malik Yawmiddin. Iyaka na'budu wa iyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. 66 times in the morning.
What's the Fatiha?
Al-Fatiha, I have to send it to you in the email, is the first chapter in the Holy Quran.
Okay.
Al-Fatiha says, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. All praise is due to Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, Master of the Day of Judgment. Allah alone do we worship, and Allah alone do we beseech for help. O Allah, show us and guide us on the straight path, the path upon those of whom thou hast bestowed thy favors, not the path of those who go astray or the path of those who have earned your wrath. So the Al-Fatiha is similar to the Lord's Prayer in Christianity. But Al-Fatiha is the first chapter in the Holy Quran. It just happens to be 7 verses. There's 7 chakras. Seven is a very significant number in mystical schools of thought. But it's the first chapter in the Quran that everybody should memorize. I can send you an email with it written out phonetically. Also, if you look online, you can find Al-Fatiha on YouTube. Also, you can find the English online. But that's the first chapter in the Quran. We recommend people to recite it during Ramadan in the morning. And then chapter 112, say Allah is one. Allah is eternal and absolute. Allah has no parents and no children, and there's nothing like Allah. This is Surah 112, and you recite that one at night. And I have all of that typed up on a PDF that I can send you in the email. Good questions. Any other questions? So we're going to practice the Ramadan zikrs. We're going to do Astaghfirullah 100 times. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim 100 times. Then we'll do La ilaha illallah 100. And then a short prayer from Muhammad, Sallallahu ala Muhammad 100 times. And then we'll be finished for the evening, unless somebody has some more questions.
How do you know how often you're saying it?
These beads have exactly 100.
Okay.
So we always use the prayer beads to count. That's a very good. You like that dude is bad.
Yeah, I was just saying.
Like we count the zikr like this. We count Astaghfirullah. How do you know he not just hit 100 times? That's a good question. Or if you got an app on your phone, you be pressing Astaghfirullah.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm hold on, what they say?
There's an app like that for real?
Yeah, they got an app on the phone for Zikr.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
on something called Muslim Pro. It's crazy.
No.
And the thing got Zikr beads on it.
Oh my God.
You move a bead. Look on there.
That's
the Zikr app
That's
is on.
crazy.
You must just be like boom, 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 boom. Just hitting the screen. Boom, boom, boom. I looked at it, seen Zikr beads. The beads is on, and when you move it, the beads move.
Oh my goodness.
He had the Zikr app, man. Listen. I love questions. Any other questions or comments?
How do you know when you found the night of power?
Now, good question. For the people in our circle, Sheikh Ahmed. Now, let me speak on our beloved Sheikh Ahmed Bamba. No one in the history of Islam ever was able to tell us when was the night of power. Allah caused the Muslims to forget, and they lost the night. So they knew that Muhammad said it was during the last 10 nights of Ramadan. But our Sheikh Ahmed Bamba was so high, the moon used to talk to Sheikh Ahmed Bamba. The moon. The moon would say, Sheikh Ahmed Bamba, I am the new moon of Ramadan. And every year the night of power would say, Sheikh Ahmed Bamba, I am the night of power. Talking to the Sheikh. So the Sheikh Ahmed Bamba is the only one in the history of humanity to say, I can tell you how to find the night of power. Sheikh Ahmed Bamba said the night of power was like a ship in the night. He said it's not the same night in Ramadan. He said it was moving. He said it was always in the last 10 nights, like Prophet Muhammad said, but he said sometimes it would be this night, and sometimes it would be this night, and it was always an odd night, but it wasn't all, because a lot of Muslims say, okay, it's an odd night. A lot of Muslims say, we're going to look for the night of power on the 27th night of Ramadan, because that's an odd number. It's in the last 10 days, so we're looking for it on the 27th night. But Prophet Sheikh Ahmed Bamba said every night the night of power told him it was a Thursday night. So he said you're always going to look for it on the Thursday night, and you're going to look for that Thursday night in the last 10 nights. And that Thursday night has to be an odd Thursday night.
Wow.
So you can calculate it. So it might be in the last 10 nights, it could be 2 Thursday nights. But one of them might be like the 26th night. And the next one might be the 29th night or something. But whichever one is the odd Thursday night and from my own experience, it's either the last Thursday night or the second to the last Thursday night. That's the night of power. So you ain't got to stay up all 10 nights. You just know it's going to be one of those last Thursday nights, and you're going to catch it. Mm-hmm. That's according to Sheikh Ahmed Bamba. And he left a writing. He wrote a book, a qasid.
But I'm saying, what's supposed to happen that you catch it? You catch it, and then what? Like,
then you stay up and pray all night.
I'm saying, what's so powerful about the night of power? Is it something where you reach a level? Or
the power in it is in the Quran. Oh, I wish I had.
Like, it's the night of power. You try. It's on a Thursday night. But what happens that it makes it powerful for you?
Who had the Quran? If we had the Quran, we could. In the Quran, Allah said in the Quran, the night of power is like praying for 80 years. It's no other night in the year. That's what makes it so powerful. Imagine if you could do Salat al-Fatih for 80 years in one night. Would you do it? Mm-hmm. Imagine if you could make Salat at night and those prayers would count for 80 years. Imagine could you say La ilaha illallah for 80 years straight and not go nowhere? Imagine you do La ilaha illallah on the night of power. It's like saying it for 80 years. This is the power of that night, because the power is the Holy Quran broke from the heavens, came with the angel Jibril to a human being in a cave on that night. It was very powerful. That Quran coming on planet Earth shook the entire universe, because there was never a book like the Holy Quran on planet Earth. Never. Do you know the Quran, it took the Prophet Muhammad 23 years to reveal the book. He didn't give that book like, okay, sit down, I'm going to give y'all. The Quran is so deep. It took 23 years payback for him to teach the whole because the angel Gabriel would come and give him like 10 verse. When the first verse, I think it's only 10 verses. When the angel Gabriel came on the holy, he didn't even give him a whole chapter. He gave him about 10 verses and stopped. Then he waited a couple months. He came back, gave him a couple more verses and stopped.
Like an album.
Yeah, he was dropping a mixtape, dropping an album every 6 months. So for Allah to drop the whole Quran, imagine Jay-Z's career writing bars for 23 years. It took the 23-year span for the Quran to be revealed. So the last verses of Quran, the last verse says, on this day I have perfected your religion, and it doesn't say religion. Islam's not a religion. It says, on this day I have perfected your way of life, and I have named your way of life Islam. That's the last verse in the Quran. So the Quran is so magnificent, you couldn't just give it, and it was like imagine Rakim dropped 20 albums straight, like bam, 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 bam. It'd be too much for the people, it'd be killing them.
Exactly.
So the Quran is 23 years for the entire book to be revealed. There's no book like it. Do you know in the Holy Quran, Allah say, there's a part, this is a lot of scientists who read the Quran, they say this book got to be from Allah because there's some stuff there's a book called the Bible, the Quran, and Science. If you get this book, you all will be Muslims. The Bible, the Quran, and Science was written by a priest who studied the Bible and studied the Quran and studied science and said, no, according to science, this Quran is more correct than the Bible, and he became Muslim. Facts. In the Quran was revealed in Mecca, Medina, in the desert. Muhammad never been to the ocean. In the Quran, there's a verse that says, in the ocean, there's a barrier where the salt water and the fresh water don't mix. Payback, how could Muhammad know that? He ain't been in no desert. He ain't been in no ocean. If you go to the ocean there, if you you can look it up on TV, on YouTube, that in the middle of the ocean, you know how you got salt water and fresh water. There's the salt water and fresh water do not mix. You can see it clearly. How could Prophet Muhammad know that in the desert unless the book came from Allah? It's another verse in the Quran where Allah is talking about the development of the fetus in the womb and the stages that the fetus goes to from an embryo to a this to a that. They ain't had no microscopes. How can Muhammad tell some people about the development of a baby in the womb unless this is coming directly from Allah? It's fascinating. The stuff in the Quran is just like, what? Oh my goodness. The Quran, man. It's the only holy book on planet Earth that has not been changed. I hate to say it, the Muslims is crazy. If you translate that Quran and change some of the words, the Muslims are going to kill you. Straight up. Let somebody publish a Quran and it ain't matching with all the other Qurans. You come out with your Tony Brown translation of the Quran, you change one of them pages, change one paragraph, them fanatical Muslims is coming to knock on your door. They're going to kill you. I already know. I'm not going to say somebody's name, but there's one guy, I don't even want to bring that up. Let's just say there was somebody who made a translation of the Quran that was not exactly correct. They killed him. He dead. But I don't want to bring that part up. Any questions before we start some of the Zikr? I see she was paying attention. Okay, so we're going to do 100 Astaghfirullah. 100 Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, 100 La ilaha illallah, and 100 Sallallahu Muhammad. Or you think we should do? Y'all want to do 100 or do 50 to make it shorter? 50 is good. Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. We're going to do 50 or stop. How about 66? 66 is the number for Allah. We're going to do 66 astaghfirullah. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, La ilaha illallah, sallallahu Muhammad. Okay? Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Astaghfirullah. 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 Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. 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 La ilaha illallah. 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 La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha
Illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. La ilaha illallah. We did more than 66, but that's okay. And the last one, for the Prophet Muhammad, which means peace be upon Muhammad. Sallallahu ala Muhammad, 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 sallallahu ala Muhammad 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 sallallahu ala
Muhammad
sallallahu ala
Muhammad
sallallahu ala Muhammad sallallahu ala Muhammad. Al-Fatiha. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanirrahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta alayhim ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad الفاتح لما أغلق وخاتم لما سبق الناصر الحق بالحق والهادي إلى صراطك المستقيم وعلى آله حق قدره ومقداره. Bake Sirin Saliu, Bake Sheikh Ahmed Tijani, Bake Karim Rasul, Bake Sheikh Ibrahim. Ramadan Mubarak, Ramadan Kareem. Assalamu alaikum.